Hello there, my name is Mark Swink. I didn't think I was going to have time to film this video about me interacting with the blue beings at a Joe Dispenza event, which actually happened a few hours ago. I don't know if it was one being or two beings or three beings, but I was a channel for them, and they channeled their energy through me. And I just don't want to forget. So I'm making a quick video of this. But yeah, I've been at the Joe Dispenza event, Nashville, Tennessee, 2024. But yeah, quick little story. Before this event, probably like a month before, I was kind of connecting with the blue beings in my meditations at home. They were slowly interacting with me, and I could feel them. I could feel them embody me a little bit. I had booked this retreat by then, and honestly, booking this retreat, I very much stepped into the unknown, but I followed my heart and knew that I was supposed to be there. But yeah, these beings, these blue beings, they let me know that I needed to be at the event, and at the time, I didn't understand if it was truly them telling me that or if it was my mind, but now I know it was definitely them letting me know that I needed to be there. So they were integrating and connecting with me, downloading information to me prior to the event, here and there. Anyway, so I think today is like the 5th day. We just did our first coherence healing, and I went into it not expecting anything. I've done a couple of other events prior to this, so this is my 3rd event. So I've done coherence healings before. In my first event during the coherence healing, I had a profound experience then, but I don't know if it was the blue beings or not. I didn't really feel them then, I don't think, but I had electricity in my fingertips, and it was like a little practice before what happened today. Coherence healing is about to happen, and I'm just outside. We're waiting to go in, and our energy was already ready to go in. We didn't have to prep for it. I guess Joe sensed the energy that we were ready to just go in right away. So I kind of set intention in my heart. I just was like, I want to feel the Healy, the person laying down. I wanted to feel their energy, and I was feeling it a little bit before I went in. And so I went in, kind of feeling a little bit, not too much. I just kind of was flowing in, and as soon as I put my hand over my heart, we're in front of the chair, started feeling a little bit of energy moving through me, and my body was kind of moving, nothing too crazy. And I was opening my heart, and I could feel a little bit, nothing too much, to be honest. It wasn't super intense. Let me sit down, yada yada. Meditation goes on, and I'm starting to kind of have jolt movements, and my head kind of going towards the Healy, laying down. My heart wasn't fully open. I was having some moments where it was opening, and it felt really nice, but nothing too crazy that I have felt more opening of my heart in other coherence healings, but this one wasn't, it wasn't too much. But I could feel energy going through me, and I could sense my head would go like this. I had my mask on, and it would move. I felt these beings, blue beings, at my home in my meditations. They've moved my body and in interesting ways, and I've felt their energy in me before, and I didn't know that it was them at the time, but now I know. But they can move your body in ways, So anyways, they were at the healing. They were moving my body, and I was looking over there, and it's I knew I was getting energy from something behind me, and I'd fall back in my chair and get energy from behind me. I had this, prior coherence healings, but nothing. I just didn't know what it was. So anyways, I was feeling a lot of energy go through me, and I wasn't shaking too much or having too many body movements, just here and there. And out of nowhere, I feel I'm trying to remember, but it just felt like this. It's I knew, I saw in my vision, I saw a huge blue, being just to the right of my right eye. And I knew, I was okay, they're definitely here, and I'm pretty sure that I heard them knocking on the walls too in the arena. And I just wasn't thinking about it because people have told me they knock on the walls and stuff, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But they definitely were knocking on the walls, and they were there for sure. All of a sudden, I after I saw that blue light, they consumed me. I don't know if it was one or two or three beings, but I fully felt their energy go through me, and I mean, like Joe says, you're electric. I was fully charged. I remember before a little bit, my head was kind of trembling for some reason, and yeah, I don't know what that was, but I just was following the movements that they were guiding me in, but anyways, all of a sudden, yeah, they're fully immersed. I'm channeling them. They're going through me. I'm a channel for them, and it was so intense. Like, trying to describe it, it just feels like there's electricity in your tips, like your fingers have fallen asleep or whatever. But it is so intense. The energy is so profound. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like hard to like kind of breathe. It felt like I know I was breathing, but I had to like take deep breaths because it was a lot of energy, and I could feel it in my chest. I could feel it in my stomach. My stomach was like vibrating, and I could feel it in my tongue. I felt the electricity in my tongue, and I really felt it in my feet as well. I could feel the electricity being pushed to the ground, all through the whole auditorium, and it was really powerful. And I'm going back and forth and like breathing really hard, and I could feel, so the main thing is that I could feel so much electricity, and then channeling through my fingertips and my arms, and I could literally feel their, I don't know if it's fingers or electricity. I could feel the individual movements of their fingers in my fingers, and they were moving my hands, kind of like guiding me while I'm like, facing the Healy and with my hands, and they were like guiding my fingers and tell me what to do. And I felt them moving my hands. I can feel it, and it was such a crazy feeling. I can't explain it. It really just felt like electricity, but it also felt like hands that were inside of my hands, but they were moving my fingertips, and it was like, it felt like my whole arms were just asleep, but full of energy. It was the most profound feeling. And anyways, this went on for about like 30 minutes, and Joe stops the meditation, and it's over, and I'm still conjuring and channeling their energy. It's still going through me. They're still, on the Healy, I was healing her, and I could hear her, through the healing, she was like crying, and I knew that it was like going through her. I felt it, them healing her through me. But there were other people being channeled in that room, I'm pretty sure, not just me being channeled. It was like a lot of beings were in there, and it was so beautiful because I also could sense and feel like it was almost like I was at their home in, I don't know, you want to call it like Atlantis or whatever it was, but behind me behind Joe, it was like there was water, a big lake of water, and these big white, like kind of like the White House, white posts or whatever you want to call it, but it was just this beautiful like white, and it was all of us in the room healing, but behind us we were like right by a lake, and it was like Joe was, he was running this healing with, at their home, and I really felt at home with them in this process. But it was really intense. It was really, a lot of energy was taken out of me, and I was like spooked out a bit sometimes during it. Felt like I couldn't breathe sometimes, but I was able to catch my breath. But it was a lot of energy, and the person I was healing, she said that prior to the healing, she was feeling the blue beings in her sleep, like moving her body, almost like prepping her for the healing. And I told her as soon as we were done, I was like, the blue beings are here, and like they channeled through me to heal you, and she knew what they were because she's been feeling them all week at this event in her sleep. Still trying to integrate it. I just don't want to forget certain things. But and then a lady after I walked out, some random lady I didn't even know was like, she's like, make sure you integrate that. And and she knew that I had been channeled or was being channeled through. I don't know who she was. Like, she walked away too fast, but she was like, make sure you integrate that, like she knew what I went through, and that was really profound, and I'm trying to still figure out what that means. But anyways, it was a really beautiful experience. I just want to remember the experience, and we all are gods. I'm no better than anyone else. I just happen to have been channeled at this event. I know other people were being channeled too. So what a beautiful experience it was, and I'm very grateful to have experienced that, and to be a vessel for them to heal others on our planet. They come here to heal and learn about us, and I'm learning more about them. So just wanted to remember this, and if anyone else has channeled them before, I'd love to hear. You don't have to tell me your experience exactly, because I know it can be very personal, but I'm trying to learn about them, so I'm curious if anyone else has channeled these beings and how you integrate them into your life, and how to live in the 5D but also in the 3D. And for me, I've had a lot of awakening and mystical experiences before this, so I feel like it was kind of prepping me for it, but still trying to learn how to integrate it into my 3D world, which is going to be interesting. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope this helps somebody that has channeled them, or people that are curious about the blue beings. And they're very much there, and they want to help us out and heal people. And it's really cool. So I'm very grateful.